Hello, and welcome back to Redirecting. Very disturbing image that is making its way around the web. Some of you may not find it disturbing, but if you really understand what is happening and the actual plan behind the downfall of so-called black people, this image to you is no laughing matter. It is an image that says protect black women. Now, when you hear that, you say, okay, what's wrong with an image that says protect black women? Well, if you look at the image, a lot of people say, well, I think it's very artistic. Okay, so let's go there for a minute. The way they constructed the logo protect black women, okay, very unique. But when you look at the overall image that is being promoted, not just this image, okay? You're looking at Megan Thee Stallion and other women in this image who are standing with their fists like the, I guess the black and I'm proud fist. I guess that's what it represents. I could be wrong. That doesn't even matter. But when you look at them, legs spread, arms in the air, protect black women, right? Most people say, well, I think it's perfectly harmless. This is because we've been desensitized to imagery to where we accept anything, right? Now, when you look at other images that are out as well, these women are flipped over, backside in the air. You can see everything, all in your face. And when you use an image like this to promote protecting black women, what are you saying here? Do you feel the need to show your behind, toot your behind up in the air and just put it all out there just to get a message across of protecting black women? Is this what you feel we have to do to get protection? Because a lot of people are turned off by this because it makes it appear as though black women are the lowest of the low and that we have to do things such as this to get any attention. This image is not going to make men all over the world start saying, oh, let's protect black women because of this image. We've said it, and so many others have said it, that the black woman is the most unprotected person or group on the planet. And that is the absolute truth. If you want to just get back to the bare basics of things, the black woman has given birth to every race of people you see on the planet today, including white people, Chinese people, Arabs. The black woman is responsible for these people being on the planet. Now, we've talked about this before on how the human bloodline was infiltrated. You started off from the very beginning with 2 black people. And now you have these other groups. Now, of course, 2 black people can produce a white child. When I say white, I mean white skin, blue eyes, blonde hair, all of that. But the specific races that you see with the different hair textures and all of this is not the child that was produced by the black man and the black woman. The human bloodline was infiltrated. I'm not trying to get off into that right now. That has been proven through science, okay? Not just through science, but through so many other, even biblical prophecy tells you this, right? And some people don't want to dive deep enough to even understand what I'm talking about. They'd rather say, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about without even researching one thing. The human bloodline was infiltrated, whether you want to believe it or not, and the black woman is the wound that carried every race of people on the planet. And she has been brought low to the ground and now believes that she has to flaunt her stuff to the whole world in order to prove that she needs protection. Because she has become the most unprotected group on the planet. the most unprotected. And so when you see Megan Thee Stallion and other women like this posing and tooting and twatting and doing all this other stuff and saying protect black women, there's an image that you're putting out there, and it's being promoted in such a way to where it further denigrates the black woman. It's not going to make the protection of black women rise to an all-time high because of this imagery. This is just another ploy of self-promotion for Megan Thee Stallion and those who are like her. That's what this is. More self-promotion at the expense of every black woman. This is not going to earn us respect. It's not going to earn us protection. There are things that we must know and do and understand. Now, I understand that they are probably trying to garner more support for what happened to Breonna Taylor. In the case of Breonna Taylor, her man was there. But those in blue came in and did what they did. You see, now, if you want to talk about protecting black women, let's talk about the situations where we have our own who have done things to black women, who have taken their lives and just so many other things. Let's talk about our black women who put themselves out there in the way or in the path of lunatics. Let's talk about black women who make choices. Now listen, sisters, I'm not trying to put you all down. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm trying to say that we are trying to get protection, but sometimes we put ourselves in situations. We do it to ourselves where we are giving chance and opportunity to people who we get all kinds of red flags from. And I know that that's not every situation in every case. I know that there are some lunatics of every race that finds their way into your path and do what they do to tear you down. But there are just far too many cases where black women will see someone, know they're no good, but they have this save a puppy mentality to where I'm going to try to help him, fix him up. Now, guess what? I'm not just talking about black men. There are even cases. I remember recently there was a case where a young black woman was dating a white guy, and he had all kinds of signs that he was no good. He even put his hands on her one time, and she felt the need to keep giving him a chance because they were friends. And she kept on giving him a chance and kept on giving him a chance till things got out of hand. So I'm not just talking about black women choosing black men, but also white men. I'm saying that we've got to make better choices because our very lives can depend on it. We've got to understand that. And so asking for protection while doing something like this is not the way. And guess what? This behavior gets passed on to our young people. Recently, there was a mother who went off on video when her little girl, looked like she's 10 or 11 years old, had her butt all up in the camera, just like these women in this protect black woman image. Had her butt all up in the camera, making movements and gestures, and the mother went off on her. She went off because she says, this is not the way. You are not going to do this. And so when you have grown women like Megan Thee Stallion and whoever else is with her, a part of her team, doing stuff like this, talking about protecting black women, you are doing more harm than good. You're passing this mess on to the younger generations, and it goes from bad to worse because we just don't get it. When will we ever get it? This is not the way, daughters of Zion. And most of you who listen to this channel, you already know that. But we also have to publicly condemn this type of behavior. Hopefully, it will fall on the right ears. Someone may need to hear this. Maybe someone will change their mind. I've gotten messages from many of you who over the years who just kind of sat back, never really reached out to me, never really made any comments. But then that right message hit you and you commented and you said, thank you for saying these words that I needed to hear. I say it all in love, family, whether it's to my brothers or my sisters, because I know how the Most High operates. He doesn't play. And because I fear him, and his word says to cry aloud and spare not and lift up our voices like trumpets in Zion and show our people their transgressions, because his word says that. This is why I do what I do, because guess what? His word cuts both ways. I never sit before you thinking that I am perfect. I know in my book that I have a long way to go from where I need to be. You see, depending on where you're trying to get, maybe you only have a shorter distance to go than I do. But from where I want to be, I feel that I have a long way to go. And I'm striving towards that daily because I love the Most High. And I love my people. And I just want us to do better. And when I see stuff like this, it is very grieving to the spirit to think that there are women out here who think that this is the way and they pass this mess on to the next generation. And it goes from bad to worse. Well, anyway, I am done with this video. Yes, I am. If you haven't already subscribe to the channel. Share and like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. With that, I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.